everybody, thanks for tuning in for this video. It's the 20 questions tag, and if you're wondering why Tyler's sitting here with me, it's because he was tagged too. Both of us got tagged. Everyday Fabulous tagged us to do this, and so we decided, hey, we're gonna do it.
We're doing it.
So, oh, and by the way, a quick announcement. Tyler now has a blog.
I know. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
We figured he has thoughts. He can set up a blog, so he has a few posts on there, so I'll put a link in the sidebar and you can check it out if you want to. But it's sort of, I mean, I think it's kind of guy-oriented, but yet not totally. I think there's probably a lot of things that are relevant.
Something for everybody.
Something for everyone. It's random. It's not like all about one thing. So anyway, let's get started with the questions. Number one is thing you cannot leave the house without. There's a lot of things I would prefer to not leave the house without, like my purse and phone and stuff, but I would say keys are without a doubt number one for me.
Yeah, keys are pretty important because you have to lock the door, obviously, but
yeah.
I don't know. I'm just going to assume that's like a functional thing that everybody's got to take with them, so I'm going to just go with my phone and BlackBerry.
Tyler has a relationship with his BlackBerry that is... it's something special.
It is.
And, yeah, it's
really hard to put into words, so I won't even try.
It's a little annoying sometimes. I'm sure there are probably some people who have been through the situation where somebody is like so attached to their BlackBerry, they're always like on it texting someone. Like you're probably going to...
I gotta check it.
You're going to probably hear that thing go off all throughout this. Number two is favorite brand of makeup. Tyler, what's your insight on this?
I don't really wear it, to be honest with you, so I just go with whatever looks the best in the packaging.
That's my favorite. Okay.
And I probably couldn't name a brand that.
This one's really
the best.
This one's
I'll let you handle this
really
one.
hard for me because I use so many brands of makeup, and I mean drugstore or high end. It would be hard for me to pick, but I would say the one that I get the most excited about, say if I get something from it, I think Smashbox is probably across the board. I really like the quality of almost everything they put out, and I think it's pretty innovative. They do a lot of new things, but I mean, it's really just barely kind of standing out among the rest because I use so many kinds. Like, if I had to pick one drugstore, I don't think I could. Like, I would have to look back there and see, like, oh, okay. I mean, I like so many different things, so I don't think I could do that. Number three, favorite flowers.
I don't really have a favorite.
Well, what do you usually get if you get me flowers?
I would say primarily roses. Those last ones I got you were pretty awesome.
Yeah, they were roses with, like...
What was it,
hydrangea or some, like the little kind of clusters around the roses. It was really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, I like that. I like roses too. That was what we had as our flowers in our wedding too, so I like roses. Number four, favorite clothing stores. What are yours?
It's a good question. I don't really like buying clothes, to be honest with you. I'm really cheap. Probably JCPenney or something like that, maybe.
Yeah. I like places where you can go and get a lot for your money. We, like in our mall, I like going to Macy's. I like Wet Seal, but I feel like with sometimes at Wet Seal, like you really have to look. Like, you have to seek out the thing that is... maybe it looks a little more expensive than it really is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like,
you kind of have to have some judgment there. Question is favorite perfume. Tyler uses a body spray kind of thing.
Yeah, I use all kinds of different stuff, but I'd say my favorite is the chocolate Axe.
Oh, that smells so good.
That's my favorite.
Oh, it's amazing. We need to... oh, there's no way we can really show that to people, but...
until they invent virtual scents.
We'll work on that.
Just go smell it yourself.
Yes. My favorite would probably be, I like the Victoria's Secret colognes. I was given like a set of a whole bunch of them. The very sexy Victoria's Secret, the one that comes in the little rectangular kind of container. Well, I guess the mini one was like that, but I'm not sure what the full-size one, but that's probably my favorite scent. Next question, heels or flats? Heels for me, because we've been asked this a lot. I am 5 feet tall. Tyler is 6'6". So, I don't know. I just feel very short, and I do like the little boost that heels will give you. It makes my legs feel a little longer. Comfort-wise, they're not so good, but I do prefer heels.
I'm gonna go with the flats for obvious reasons.
I gotta look at you, Tyler, like, what's Tyler gonna say on this?
Heels.
7, do you make good grades? Well, I don't get graded anymore because I'm out of school, but when I was in school, I made good grades. But I had to work really hard. I had to study a lot to get them. I felt like I wasn't the type of person that would sit down, like, barely study for a test. You know those people that just can not hardly do anything and still wind up getting a decent grade on a test? Like, I have to study a lot. And Tyler is my exact opposite on that. So
until I got to law school. In law school, I had to study just as hard as anybody else. But before that, I got good grades without working too hard. I guess. So yes, I do. I did make good grades.
Number 8, favorite colors.
Blue, I guess.
Blue.
Blue.
I would say my favorite color is probably. I like bright colors overall. Like, I guess I'm not wearing bright colors right now, but if I had my choice, I like turquoise, pink. Pink is probably number 1. I really like orange too. Those are the sorts of colors that I've learned kind of look good on TV as well when I'm doing the news. Usually those brighter colors really pop. Red is great too. Next one. I feel like we're going really slowly through these.
Pick it up a notch.
I always get lost too when I look at it.
Do you drink energy drinks?
Do you drink energy drinks? Do you?
Occasionally. A lot of them, though, are so much sugar. So if I do drink an energy drink, it's the sugar-free kind. But lots of stuff with caffeine in it.
I rarely drink energy drinks, which you'd think maybe I would need to because of getting up so early for the news, but I usually just take some coffee with me. I don't drink a crazy amount of coffee or caffeine really at all, but I do drink a little bit of coffee every day on my way to work or when I get to work, just to perk me up a little bit. Next one is, do you drink juice? I don't really drink a lot of juice. I have nothing against juice, but a lot of juice, I mean, you talked about sugar and stuff. A lot of juices really have a lot of sugar.
Right,
too.
yeah, I avoid juice because, I mean, even if it's the real natural stuff where they don't add sweeteners and stuff, it's still not even as good for you as just eating a piece of fruit.
True.
And so I just assume drink something like that doesn't have calories in it, I guess.
Don't drink your calories, eat your calories. That's kind of the way I feel too. Number 11, do you like swimming? I love swimming. As a little kid, though, I mean, it's really traveled the range. When my mom got me into swimming lessons as a little kid, we had a pool in town, and I was very reluctant at first. Like, I actually escaped from the swimming lessons at first, and she was like sitting there on the bench waiting to see me like jump into the deep end, and she had told me, I was like, Mom, I'm worried they're gonna make us jump in the deep end today, and she was like, no, they wouldn't do that, not at this class or whatever, and they did that day, and so she was sitting there waiting, and then I'm like tugging on her like, Mom, I don't want to do it. But eventually, like, I got past the fear, and I got up to the level where I could have become a lifeguard if I wanted to. Like, I felt like swimming built up a lot of muscle. Like, swimming, your back, if you regularly swim...
Putting a lot of time into this one question. Just letting you know.
No, I'm just saying, swimming is a great exercise,
I
is
know.
it not?
It absolutely is.
Cardio-wise, and just, you wouldn't think you would really build muscle doing it, but you do, and I love it.
I'm not nuts about swimming. I like being in the water. I'm a terrible swimmer. So, no, not swimming specifically. But
Okay.
water things, yes.
Water things. Next one is, do you eat fries with a fork?
No.
No.
Hands. Unless it's those little ones like at Steak and Shake or something with the cheese on them. Then it's kind of necessary.
Next one, what's your favorite moisturizer? I like to kind of rotate mine, and I do it a lot on a seasonal basis because sometimes during the winter I need more moisture. Obviously, if you're the kind of person whose skin gets drier in the wintertime, you might want something more rich. But what I've been liking lately is what I use when I wake up in the morning, and it's from Be Luscious, and it is part of their vitamin C collection. It has an SPF 15 in the moisturizer, and it just has this really refreshing citrusy scent, and you put it on and it just like, you take a whiff of it and it just makes you feel a little more awake. Kind of like when you splash your face with cold water, you feel more awake. That kind of scent makes me feel more awake. So I really like that one. It just kind of stands out from a lot of the typical, just, average moisturizers.
I don't really have a favorite. I just use what you get me.
I've had Tyler using like the Olay Complete, which is a pretty good moisturizer all around. It has the sunscreen in it. Also, I think he's used some kind of clean and clear thing that says night on it that you can use before bed. It's supposed to be good for you before bed. But anti-aging stuff is probably something that Tyler and I can both be thinking about. I like, if you're looking for anti-aging, I've used some of this from time to time too, but the Mary Kay Time-Wise stuff is really good. Next, do you want to get married later on in life?
Hopefully not.
I guess we'll just go check on that. Next one, and for people who don't know, I always think people just know this, but they don't necessarily. Tyler and I are married. We're not just boyfriend and girlfriend. So
That's true.
Next one, do you get mad easily? When provoked.
Yeah. Only in certain situations. I can handle a lot of stuff though without getting mad.
Tyler is a pretty even-tempered kind of guy, so he's not going to be too, this end or that end of the spectrum, I don't think. But I tend to be maybe a little more excitable. I can get a little bit more fired up about something, but I usually don't get that. If I get angry, especially if I'm in a work setting, I would probably kind of swallow it and just try to go on with the flow and put my happy face on if I can. Number 16, are you into ghost hunting? No.
Not at all.
17, any phobias?
Heights. Just heights that I can think of.
That's funny because you're so tall, but yet heights is your phobia.
Feet are still on the ground though.
True. My phobia, I guess if I had to pick something, it would be getting in a car accident. I get a little bit I get really anxious sometimes if I'm riding with someone and I'm not the one driving and I'm in a really traffic-packed situation, and cars are going fast and there's a lot of cars and it's in an unfamiliar area, someone else is driving and I feel like we're following too close, I get a little apprehensive when that happens, and I just feel like I've heard of so many people getting in, people I know getting in horrible car accidents, and I just read about them all the time on the news, and it hasn't really desensitized me at all. I still get very, very nervous about that sometimes. 18, do you bite your nails? I used to, and probably when I first started doing videos, not too long after I started, I had announced that I was going to stop biting my nails, and I actually excuse me. I actually did stop biting my nails, and you might have seen how my progress went with that in my earlier videos. But the key for me was just keeping them painted. That is the biggest key, because then you don't want to bite them when they look nice. And so I just continually kept polish on them. You?
I have never really had a problem with biting my nails. I've probably done it twice, a couple of times when I was somewhere and had thought my nails were too long and didn't have a fingernail clipper, but I hate doing it, so it's never been a problem.
That's good. That's a good thing. Number 19, have you ever had a near-death experience?
Yeah, I've had a head-on collision, pretty bad car accident. So.
But you came out of that.
I was fine. I mean, close enough to near death. One little thing goes wrong in a situation like that.
Mm-hmm. I haven't been in any real severe car accidents. I think my family was in one when I was a pretty young child, but it was nothing that it was something going on with one of the wheels and something came loose, but it didn't turn into a major problem. Could have been a lot worse than it was. But other than that, cheerleading gave me some probably near severe injury situations, but nothing that would be near death. Number 20, do you drink coffee? Yes, I do drink coffee most mornings before I go to work, but not excessively, and I can get by without it if I need to.
I'll drink it, but I'm not really that in love with the taste of it. So, yes, but not on a regular basis, I guess.
All right. Well, that wraps up our 20 questions. Thank you guys for lasting through that. If you gotten to this point.
If you didn't, what's your problem?
If you have any other questions for Tyler or I mean, you can always let us know on our blogs or Facebook pages or here or whatever. Again, Tyler does have a blog, so
Yes.
he would be eager to hear what you
And
have to think about
requests,
that.
I'll try to accommodate.
Yeah, requests. That would be great. It's always easy to get into those writer's block kind of situations, so requests are good. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.